And you know what they're going to say? They're going to call up their lobbyist. But the lobbyists can't get to me because I haven't taken any of their money. And they're going to call up their special interest friends. And they're going to call me, and I'm not even going to take their call. They didn't give me anything. I turned down tens of millions of dollars. I have turned down, folks. Jeb Bush had 148 million. Can you believe that? Jeb spent $160 million on his campaign, and he was down here. I spent peanuts, and I'm by far #1. Now, peanuts. What's peanuts? What's peanuts? What's peanuts? $30 million is always money, right? But I spent relatively little. Wouldn't it be nice if our country was that way? Where the guy who spends the least is in first place. You know, in education, out of the top 30, the 30 countries that they look at, the United States is number 30, last. We're last. But we're #1 in cost per pupil. #1. Think of that. So we're #1. Not good, right? So we are going to change it around, and we're going to have a situation where let them go. They have no voice. Listen, look, it's a Bernie person. It's a Bernie. Hello, Bernie. Hey, Bernie, get your people in line, Bernie. Get your people in line. Can you imagine Bernie saying that Trump should get his people under control, and they put in these people? And by the way, our crowds are so much bigger than Bernie's, you wouldn't believe it. Not even. And I think Bernie's finished, but you never know. Hillary's really doing badly, right? You never know. I think he's finished, but we've been saying that for about 4 weeks. Hillary just seemed, I don't know, Hillary cannot seem to win. Even against the communists. I mean, how is it that in this great society in our great world, that a communist cannot be beaten by Hillary Clinton? It's terrible. Okay, so here's the story, folks. They will call me and they will put, but I didn't take any of their money, right? I don't care. I'm working for you. And I will tell the head of Carrier, no, I'm sorry, the 35%, I mean it, it's done. Enjoy your plant, have a good thing. He'll call me back within 1 day, as sure as you're standing there, and he'll say, Mr. President, we've decided to stay in the United States. I'll say, thank you, thank you. That's what's gonna happen. By the way, that's not 90% or 95%, that's 100% sure, all right? That's 100% sure. So look, I just want to tell you, so important is on Tuesday, you have to go out and vote. We have this incredible movement. Going on. It's on the cover of Time magazine. It's on the cover of the New York Times, which treats us all horribly, by the way. And fortunately, it's a dying paper. It won't be around too much longer. It's on the cover of the Wall Street Journal. We have a movement going like, by the way, this isn't Donald Trump talking. This is political experts, if there is such a thing, like has never been seen in the United States, okay? Think of it. Do you know, and it's not because of little Marco, and it's not because of Lion Ted, I can tell you that. Do you know that millions and millions of people more are going to the polls to vote? That some of the countries, I'll tell you what, if you take a look, all countries are watching this. They don't believe what's happening. Millions and millions and millions of people. And yet, for the Democrats, they're down 35%. The Republicans have millions of people coming in. They're Democrats, they're independents, they're all over. They're people who have never voted before. I'll sign some papers here in a little while and shake some hands. But let me just tell you what happens. And I'll tell you that what's happening is every time I do, I meet every 20th person. Says, Mr. Trump, these are 50-year-old people, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. I had one 92 years old in Tennessee. Mr. Trump, I've never voted before, ever. I've never found anybody that I've wanted to vote for. Sir, for the first time in my life, I'm voting. And they have a Trump shirt on, the whole thing. I'm voting. This is a massive number of people. We beat Hillary in the polls. I haven't even started on her. I have to still get rid of this Kasich guy. I have to get rid of Kasich. He would be so bad as president because he's so weak on immigration. He's so bad on trade. But he had luck. He had the oil. He had pure luck. And by the way, you're going to have huge problems. You watch what's going to happen over the next year or 2 years with Ohio. But if I get in, it's going to all turn around. You're going to keep your companies here. You're not going to lose this one. You're not going to lose that one. So here's the story, folks. You got to get out and vote on Tuesday, or the movement is just going to go down in history as a wonderful, wonderful lot of talk. I received a call from a very, very major reporter, somebody I respect a lot, even though he happens to be liberal. And he said, I'd like to talk to Donald Trump. So they put me on the phone. I said, yes. He goes, how does it feel? I said, how's what feel? How does it feel to do what you've done? Nobody has ever done it in the history of this country. How does it feel? I said, doesn't feel like anything personally, because if I don't win, it doesn't mean a damn thing to me. He said, no, you're wrong. He said, no, you're wrong. What you've done will go down in the history books. And I said, you're wrong. If we don't win, we can't make these changes. We can't straighten out the country. And I say it doesn't matter. So we've got to win. We've got to win on Tuesday. On Tuesday, you have to go, and we have to. Now, and just in closing, I have to tell you again, I want to thank the great Park family, but here's really what I want to do. You're going to win so much. We're going to win with the military. We're going to win for our veterans. We're going to take care of our veterans. We're going to win with health care. We're going to win at the border. We're going to have a strong border. We're going to have a wall. We're going to have Mexico pay for the wall. We're going to take care of it. We're going to win with Common Core and education. We're getting rid of Common Core. We're going to save our Second Amendment. We're going to save it. We're not going to let them chip away any longer at Christianity, which they're doing more and more. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to let that happen. And we're not going to let them chip away at our Second Amendment. So here's the story. We're going to win, and we're going to win everywhere. We're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. We're going to win with trade. We're going to win with trade. We're going to win with health. We're going to win at so many levels. We're going to win, win, win. You're going to get so tired of winning. You're going to say, Mr. President, please, we don't want to win anymore. It's too much. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry. We're going to keep winning because we're going to make America great again. I love you. Thank you. Thank